overcome depression. As I have mentioned on numerous occasions, the best advice for depression are two. One, considering that people who are depressed feel that there is no good in their lives. Everything around them is bad. Nothing is leading to good. They need to do sujood ash-shukr. Make sujood ash-shukr and then find the good while in sujood. In sujood, you're in the closest position to Allah. You're closest to Allah when you're in sujood. So make sujood and find good in your life because it's there. It's in everybody's life. No matter how bad life may be, there's good there. We just need to find it. So once we find some good, then we find more good, and we find a lot of good, and then we realize that there's good in our life. That removes those blinders of depression. The other thing that happens commonly to depressed people, and I'm not saying this rules out, taking certain drugs or whatever to help deal with depression, because maybe your state is such that that's what you require. So I'm not giving the final answer for solving depression. I'm just giving an answer, which may be helpful. The other thing that happens to people when they're depressed is that they feel they have lost control over their lives. You're just spiraling down. You've lost control. You have no control. So what's a good thing? To give you control, put control back into your hands again. Fasting. Why? Because when you fast, you deliberately take control of your life. You deliberately decide to eat early in the morning, and you deliberately decide not to eat all day long, and deliberately decide to break your fast and eat in the evening after sunset. So that may seem, well, that's like nothing. No. For the person who feels his or her life is not in their control, that may be everything. That may be everything they needed to get out of that downward spiral. Because fasting, on one hand, this is just psychological, that you are making decisions. You're directly involved in decisions affecting your life. But on so many other levels in fasting, because fasting also causes you to empathize and sympathize with others, knowing that they are fasting not because they've chosen to fast, but because they have nothing to eat. You reflect on the people around this world who have nothing to eat, and you have food galore, food to throw away. A'udhu billah. This is a blessing in your life. This is good. You have this. You have been provided with food when others have not. So you empathize, sympathize with others. So you take your thoughts out of just yourself, I'm this, I'm that, and this has happened to me, and that has happened to me, and nothing good is happening to me, and take yourself out of that into thinking about other people's lives, other people who are living far more difficult lives than you are. That's shifting your frame of reference, what you think about. put it into another frame. And so on and so forth. There's many other things that are connected to fasting which strengthen the sense of well-being in an individual who becomes depressed. This is combined with the sujood, the shukr, etc., not just by itself. In terms of questions from the YouTubers, YouTube students, Dikwambus is asking, again, another point. Regarding the second point you mentioned, I think even the Islamic school should be teaching historical relevance. Of course, what I gave was in the place where no Islam is available. The school calls itself an Islamic school, meaning that the owner is a Muslim, administration are Muslims, children in the school are Muslims. But what's being taught there, what's actually going on there, it's not really Islam. So such schools, it becomes most important to infuse in that the curriculum of those schools, in the administration of those schools, in the owners of those schools, an understanding